What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd. Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Jake, I hope that you had a good couple of weeks. But with that, let's get right into it. But first, cheers.
Okay. Excuse me. So, a new thing Chad and I are doing, if you go to our... If you go to our... That shot did not go down well. If you go to our Buy Me a Coffee, we do a thing now that we're just newly doing, where we have conversations. When Chad and I are warming up for our podcast, we like to have a couple drinks before we get started. It just kind of gets us in the right mindset for doing this, which is why sometimes we're a little drunk.
Gets us loosey-goosey.
But we had this idea recently where, excuse me, fuck.
You're doing great.
I'm doing fantastic. We had this idea recently where we would talk about nerdy shit that isn't exactly like movies, cartoons, or comic books, stuff like that, where we want to talk about other nerdy shit, like for instance, this week we did, god damn it, Loch Ness Monster. The goddamn it Loch Ness Monster. And
I give no tree fitty.
fucking A, dude. I just went like down the wrong tube.
Clearly.
I'm fine. It's fine. We're all good.
It's fine.
Keep rolling.
Fine.
So, yeah. So we talked about Loch Ness Monster this week. It's just while we're warming up, and we had the idea like a couple weeks ago, like, hey, this is like good content. We should just start recording this and just post it on our Buy Me a Coffee. So if you become a subscriber, you can check out these conversations. If there's stuff that you want us to talk about, let us know. I mean, we're both very open-minded people, and the amount of shit that I believe is unbelievable. If that is an oxymoron, I don't know what
A bit, but I know what you meant by it.
Yeah, I believe in a lot of weird shit. So let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll keep coming up with our own shit in the meantime, but there's a lot, and we'll dive into anything you guys want us to talk about. But go to buymeacoffee.com/all-things-nerd and subscribe there, and you can hear these conversations.
Plus, you get some other cool perks like member exclusive merch. So, yeah, it's good times. Great oldies. Cool 108.
Can we say that?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I hope
Cool
so.
108 is still around, so
Yeah, maybe not then. Whatever. If they ask us to take it down, then
sue us.
maybe. Yeah.
Sue me.
We can't afford that. Don't sue us. Just ask us nicely. We'll comply.
Our first actual topic. Stop listening to me, phone. Our first actual topic of the night is X-Men 97 comics issue number 1. This fills the gap between where X-Men ended, the original cartoon that we all, our age,
Yeah.
grew up on, and the X-Men 97 uh, cartoon that just came out on Disney Plus. This is the filler. This is what happened in between those two things.
Yeah. According to the animated series, it's about 6 months of time.
Hmm. Plenty of time for Magneto to grow his hair out.
It was already a bit long, but I don't know about that long.
Not sexy long.
No,
No.
and not long enough to be long and only wear a speedo. Um, but it happened. Um, there are first off, before we get into this, one spoiler alert, because this fills some gaps. And also, shout out to Granite City Comics in St. Cloud, Minnesota, which is where we picked up the first 3 issues because that's all that's out right now. So, shout out to them. We're only going to talk about the first issue.
Yeah.
This happens very quickly after
Oh, yeah.
uh, Charles Xavier goes missing.
Are you seeing that too? Or is that
Yeah,
just me?
my camera is going fucking wild.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to cut for a sec?
no, you talk about it, and then I'll see if this I can make it work.
Okay. So this is after Professor Xavier pieces out, and then a mutant named Dazzler decides to throw like a concert. She's like a performer, but also a mutant. And they're gonna throw like a concert in his like honor, like a benefit, whatever. Um, and it gets attacked. Oh, you're frozen, bud. You're so frozen.
I know I'm still here.
Oh,
Just
okay.
my camera is going wild. So keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So they throw a concert. They get interrupted. Hey, there he is. Uh, they get interrupted by the Nasty Boys, which sounds
Mm.
like a '90s rap group, but uh,
Or a late '90s all male porn group.
and
Dun,
yeah,
dun, dun,
it
dun,
goes
dun, dun,
kind of
dun.
array,
Or awry, depending on how you
awry.
want to say it. Uh, yeah, tomato potato.
But Jubilee is my dog, and she was there, and uh,
We're already
uh,
on one.
Bishop. I'm a little tuned up now. Bishop was there. Who was there with him? Was it Storm? Storm was there.
Storm, Cyclops.
I could pull it up. I don't know why I'm being stupid about this.
Yeah. But they confront the Nasty Boys.
Mm, the Nasty Boys.
But what's really cool is it's been a minute since I watched the original animated series. But it's cool to see Dazzler, especially because Dazzler is rumored to show up in uh, Deadpool and Wolverine. So it's cool to see her on the comic pages in official like Marvel Animations comics. Um, but what's also wild is at the very start of it is Magneto's also kind of causing problems.
Well,
So we kind of see like right after uh, Professor X gets uh, taken into space, that Magneto doesn't just like immediately stop his shenanigans, because at the end of the original animated series, he's looking to start the human and mutant war.
mm-hmm.
So they we see the tail end of that.
We also get introduced to. Oh, come on, phone, do better.
I don't
That's
think
not
it's
gonna
gonna
work.
work well on
But
camera, but what is we saw her in the last.
Valerie Cooper.
Yeah, we saw her in the later seasons of the original X-Men animated series. But she kind of becomes like an ambassador for the human and mutant
Like,
bridge.
yeah, they're like trying to make it work. Uh,
Yeah. And we also see her in X-Men 97,
yes,
the animated series.
that's why I pulled that up.
Yeah.
And then we see that Jean is pregnant, but she hasn't told Scott yet because he's being kind of. He feels like
He's like
he's got
being a
big shoes to
workaholic.
fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that, which is weird because Xavier didn't need to wear shoes; he couldn't walk. Um,
Woof, bud.
what? He had a big chair to fill, and
Some monarchs would call that a throne. Uh, what? Fucking woof.
I'm just a dick.
Extra.
But I actually, if any of our listeners are wheelchair bound, we love you. I'm sorry. I'm just an asshole.
Asshole. Holy.
But they also show why Storm cuts her hair in this issue. So if you're like, oh, why that's so stupid that she, her hair is that way, but they
First
show
off,
it
it's comic accurate, but also she
yeah,
wanted to.
young comic accurate, and then she went back to what she had.
Yeah, and which
Yeah.
she also does in the X-Men 97 show.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was she thought she'd be a little punk rock to go to a concert.
Yeah.
And fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Who hasn't done something wild like that for a concert?
I don't know if
Whether it's-
like a concert called Dazzler is super punk rock, but the haircut is for sure.
well, in the mutant punk scene, I guess it is.
Yeah. And we know Jubilee is a badass.
Yeah.
I love Jubilee. I named my dog after Jubilee.
Yeah, we know how powerful she actually is. But what's cool is that even though this comic issue is coming out pretty much towards the end of the
I just
read your last season.
note on the
towards the end of the first season of X-Men 97, they're not jumping back and forth between overpowered Jubilee. We'll get to that in a second. I'm glad that you really enjoy that because I didn't know how else to share that because you already touched on the first part.
I did it once and you didn't see it, and I was like, "Fuck!" I do it again.
But what's also cool is that we see that the public opinion is growing for the X-Men in this, which is huge.
Which is why Cooper has to get involved, is because they're trying to like bridge the gap. They're like, we don't want you guys have helped us. We don't want people to hate you.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a way to like, what do you call it? Like public relations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It's PR.
Yeah.
You already mentioned that it hints in this comic that Jean is pregnant, which we know from X-Men 97.
And then but there's like a scene in the comic where Wolverine is standing outside of the door when he hears Jean tell Scott that she's pregnant, and he cries. And speaking of crying,
I was wondering where you're going with that. Okay, fantastic.
speaking of crying, sponsor number 1 for our podcast is Cry Baby Logan's hot sauce. No, I'm just kidding. It's Cry Baby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
Okay, friends, it is now time for Trivial Nerd Suit. This week's question is for Jake and is provided by me and also the Kobolds in the Basement podcast. If you would like to submit a question to try and stump one of us, please reach out to us through our website over at www.allthingsnerdpod.com. Use our contact form, fill it out, and just mention who the question is for. All right, Jake, are you ready for this?
Ready?
All right. Oh. So, in this movie, it's focused on magic and pseudoscience. There are references to real-life scientists that help drive technology forward, though this film focuses on the obsession of the final act of a performance. Starring 5 different actors from
I already know it.
superhero. Well, let me finish. From superhero films and an actor that is a pop icon. This movie showcases more than the magic of the story, but rather a murder and thriller that has you guessing until the end, with a twist that makes you want to rewatch to catch the change up over again. What is this movie?
Fuck. I do know it. It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. The pop reference is David Bowie, and the real life person is Nikola Tesla. The name of the movie is escaping me at the moment. I know it. I know it. Oh, what is it? There was 2 magic movies that came out at the same time. There was The Illusionist with Edward Norton, and then there was this one, and the name of it is fucking escaping me right now. Do I still get this if I nailed everything in this? I can tell you
If
Scarlett Johansson is in this. I can tell you the plot of this movie.
Can you tell me the two other actors that were in superhero movies? Because if you get the name wrong, I will still.
What do you mean? Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Scarlett Johansson.
But there's
5
more.
5. What's the name of the movie? Oh God. Who are the other actors in the movie? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I know this movie. I love this movie.
Great movie.
I know Isla Fisher is she? No, she's not. No, she's not. But that was the stupid one. Oh.
It happens so frequently.
Oh, this is gonna bug the shit out of me. I know. I love this movie. What is the name of this movie? Oh, I know this movie. Where Christian Bale is a twin. Spoiler alert. Christian Bale is a twin at the end of it, and Hugh Jackman is so hell bent on revenge, and he doesn't know that. Oh, he can't figure out how he's doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, who are the other 2? David Bowie is. I mean, he's not a Marvel actor. Scarlett Johansson, Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman. That's only
the
3.
The other 2 are like more supporting characters in superhero films. Come up with a name just so that we can and then we
I
can break
can't.
it down.
Oh, not. Oh, what is the name of the?
I
knew
think
it.
I think that you would still get it because you named the actors and plot points. I think
Yeah.
that
I just can't remember the name of the
realistically,
movie.
you get the. I would give you the point. It's up
Okay.
to our listeners and
Yeah.
also Marty at Digicut Tech whether or not
Yeah,
you pass
yeah.
or not.
What? Wait. No. What is it?
Well, the other two actors that have been
Give me one actor in it.
Michael Caine
Oh, that's.
and Andy
He's in.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis is in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember him in that. I can't.
Yeah.
I lose this one. I'm not going to give myself the point. I cannot think of the name of the movie.
The Prestige.
I know the Prestige. Ah, that's
How do
super
I
annoying.
reach the prestige?
I oversold myself. I was like, oh, I already know what this movie is. Like just reading it, and I was like, fuck, I can't think of the name of the movie. But yes,
Yeah, the prestige.
I wouldn't give me a point for that, unfortunately.
I don't know, because based off of the clues, you were able to name the three main actors in it.
I still didn't guess the
And-
name.
And
I
some of
still
the
didn't guess the
yeah,
name.
I suppose.
I wouldn't give you the point for it if it was roles reversed.
That's all I needed to hear. Okay,
There you go. So,
good enough. Well, normally at this point in time in our episode, after the Trivial Nerd Suit, we normally jump into nerd news. But due to the political climate right now, we feel we should not be giving our attention to a lot of major studios, corporations,
actors and actresses.
actors and actresses that have been vocal and or have funded or just are complacent in the atrocities and genocides that are happening not just in one particular region but several that are going on.
I can't promote, not that our podcast has a large pull with promotions, but we cannot get excited about or promote anybody that is
Yeah.
staying silent and or
Are on the wrong side.
On the wrong
on
side
the
of it.
wrong side.
yeah. And it's more if you're not paying attention to it, because it unfortunately some people just don't. It's more people that are on the wrong side than you would think. And
Yeah, a
I
lot of them
cannot, in good conscience, sorry, not I, we cannot, in good conscience, this is a decision we made together, support anybody until this shit is over.
Yeah. Also, along those lines, you might notice that we're not. I mean, we did talk about a comic from a certain corporation, but we might be doing a lot more of just nerd conversations between us. But we're not going to be talking about recent releases, especially on the scale of blockbusters and
We haven't been going to the movies
yeah.
because
for-
fuck them all.
It just keeps getting worse, and not that this podcast is going to make the difference, but if more people that are like-minded like we are all band together, it adds up and puts pressure. So we also ask that you follow suit and rewatch your favorite shit.
Yeah. Don't put any money into
Find a way to watch shit for free.
Yeah.
Not gonna suggest specific methods, But if you can do it, um, but yeah,
Also, just don't turn a blind eye to what's happening.
yeah,
Because, I mean, if you're not like-minded as we are, honestly, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here anyway.
yeah,
Uh, I can only look at so many pictures of babies and kids and women and men too, that are just getting fucking murked for no fucking reason. Uh, and if you're on the side that is like, well, they're a ally of ours, military wise, then you can get fucked.
yeah,
And you just get the fuck out of our podcast. We don't want you here. So,
yeah. Sorry. Speaking of not wanting this here, let's get into sponsor number 2.
oh.
They're not going to hear it. And if they ever decide to pay us for whatever reason, then I still won't apologize. I mean, check out Ray's energy drinks if you want to. This is just a salty episode, okay? You know, it's an energy drink. They have more than just that. Learn how to save 15%.
What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
No, keep going. Keep talking about the makeup you're wearing. It's okay that you don't know how to blend. It's fine.
Bum, 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 bum.
I thought you were gonna go with the John Cena
No.
because you're like, can't see me.
Oh, no. I was going orc. Orakai.
Ow. Cool.
Don't you dare.
Do you want to
Don't you dare.
cut that out?
Nope.
Cool. We need the time anyways. Do you want to bring in our next topic, or do you want me to? I know that originally I was going to, but then I took...
I got it because I do have something I want to say with it. So our next topic is going to be Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling, and Emily Blunt. Spoiler alert. But before we get started, we want to encourage. The reason we're actually talking about this movie is because we didn't spend our money on it. We don't want to blow up these actors and actresses, and we encourage everybody to do the same. Don't spend your money. Don't
Fine. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. And the reason that we're doing this is because no matter how outspoken some of these actors and actresses are, and no matter how much you like them, they are either not speaking up about genocide that's happening, or they're not, even if they're speaking up about it, they're not doing anything about it. they're asking us, people who are barely making ends meet, to donate to charities that if these fucking cocksuckers would pull their money together, these are millionaires and billionaires that are not doing a fucking thing. They're not lifting a finger to help what's going on. And if they would just come together and donate 1 million out of the millions that they have, they could fix the problem. They could.
Yeah.
And it would be done. And they're fucking not because they're greedy bastards. And as much as we love the entertainment that they're providing, I am not giving them a fucking red cent of mine until they suck the world's dick. Fix the problem, you fucks.
Yes. Along those lines, kind of like what we said before we talked about, that one sponsor, was if you have an ability or a means to watch these movies at no cost of your own, do it, because they're still entertaining, but it's not feeding back into
Their pockets.
the corporations that are either doing nothing or actively funding against the ethically and morally right thing to do.
We love movies. Chad and I love movies. We love going to the movies.
I don't know how many times. I
it's
don't know
been-
if I should admit this because this is public and my employers can find it. I don't know how many times that I have played hooky in the past 2 years to go see a movie.
I don't know.
Like,
But-
I have actively done
Just
that
in general,
because
I
love movies.
going to the movies. When movies come out, I'm like, let's go see a movie. Talk to my girlfriend, my fiance now. Let's go see a movie. Like, have my mom watch the kids so we can go see a movie. I love movies.
Put a bark collar
Love
on my
them.
dog, and I'm like, I'll be back later. You know,
Yeah. It's something that I love, and I'm giving up. And the thing is, our platform is not big. I mean, we don't have a lot of listeners. I wish we had more. Tell your friends. But
like, share, and subscribe.
but with as small of a platform as we have, we still are doing more than the people that we talk about on this podcast, and that's really upsetting.
Yeah.
So, fuck them all until something changes. We will get back to our regularly scheduled programming someday. But right now, until what's this? Eat the rich. Fuck
Or-
them. Fuck
Or
them
our
all.
show will evolve,
Yeah.
But
I
let's-
unfollowed every person that every
love-
famous person on my Instagram, Facebook, whatever. They're all unfollowed.
Admired.
Even if they're speaking out, because there are actors and actresses that are doing stuff, but they're not donating any money. And it's like, you can speak out all you want. That's great. Good for you. You're doing jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
Give away your millions of dollars, you rich, selfish bastards.
and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about Fall Guy. And the only
Hang on,
reason we're gonna talk about it is
let me move away our soapbox.
the only reason we're gonna talk about it is because we didn't spend 1 penny on it.
Yeah.
So, huzzah!
Spoiler alert. Fucking
We're mad.
it. Yeah, we are mad, but also this terrible timing, but also produced and funded by corporations and studios that aren't doing what they should be doing for humanity. But this movie was very, very enjoyable.
It's funny.
Better circumstances, I would have gladly paid for this.
Gladly.
Gladly. I'm also glad I didn't.
Gladly.
Gladly. Absolutely. Find a way to watch this movie that doesn't cost you anything extra, because this movie is worth the watch.
It's yeah. It's just I think in the past year we've got a couple rom-coms, and the two bangers that were, I mean, we've got a ton of rom-coms. Sorry, let me rephrase.
You always get rom-coms.
We
They're
got
never going to go out of style.
we got two like bangers though, and this was one of them.
Oh, what was the because I remember
The one with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell.
right.
Anyone but you.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that was New Age Shakespeare.
That one was good. That was a good movie. I love a rom-com. I love a good rom-com. Yeah.
Anyone who
I'm here
says
for
that they
it.
don't like rom-coms is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
They're fucking. This is like an action.
Yeah, it's
rom-com.
more of a action action com.
Atcom rom. Atcom rom. Sounds
action
like
was
I'm
fantastic.
smelling burnt toast.
The action was fantastic. The comedy was hilarious. I have the hiccups.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Oh,
let
no,
you
we're
talk
doing
while
good.
I get rid of that. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious, and even throughout the action sequences, it's like through the lens of someone that's like, yeah, I get paid to do this, but I don't want to do it in real life where there's no safety measures. Oh fuck, I have to do this. And it's it's very enjoyable. I really enjoyed this movie. It's
Did you
funny.
enjoy it?
I don't know how to like hype it up, especially
I
how
think we could just probably stop. I mean, we're not like breaking this movie down like we normally do. I think we can just say it's really enjoyable. We both really enjoyed it.
Wait,
And
did you enjoy it? Because I
watch
did.
it.
I know
Watch
I
it.
enjoyed it.
Watch it for yourselves. This isn't a nerdy thing, you know. This isn't like a nerdy topic. We wouldn't that we're gonna break down or anything like that. So just check it out for free. If you can't check it out for free, don't fucking watch it.
What
Wait.
What I really liked about it though was especially this is weird, but during the credits, you know, instead of doing like a bloopers reel like we all grew up on in the 90s and the 2000s, or like a post-credit scene or anything like that, is that they showed footage, like raw footage of the stunt team, because it's all about a stunt man. So they actually like showed raw footage of
Yeah.
the stunt people that worked on the film
hmm
doing this, like making this movie. And
All the promotions
It was
for the
really
movie
fun.
too were like the stuntmen like on the like at the premiere and stuff were like the stunt guys like throwing each other through like plate glass and shit like that and like
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Anyways, it was great. Watch it for free. Don't spend any money on it, please. But there are
At
places
least
you can
not
watch
yet.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
Now,
Great movie though.
I
But fuck them for not
Yeah.
doing anything. So
fuck studios and corporations that are
it's a
sad.
really hard place to be in as a fan right now because it's like, oh, you guys are great. I love these actors and actresses, but you're just not. You're not doing what I would do if I had millions of dollars, and that's a really big bummer.
And a really not not to be mean to you, but to both of us, a really big if. But
I mean, Oprah Winfrey, who is a fucking billionaire, is asking
that's a
fans
millionaire.
to donate money, and it's like, bitch,
Oh,
you could solve this problem your fucking self.
yeah.
You're asking us for money?
And
Huh?
it's yeah. It's very, very frustrating. And we respect other people that, because we know that this is a saturated environment that we're in, talking about nerd shit, comics, movies, TV shows. There's a lot of people that are not willing to address this because they don't want to lose their clout. There's a couple people that I know come immediately to mind to both of us. I don't think we should call them out, but there's like, come on, we don't have a following or a poll, and we're willing to just be honest, ethical, and moral about it, despite how it affects us. I mean, we're not pulling straw out of hats here. If you get what I'm saying, we're just not. Anything else you want to say about this, or should
I
we go
could
ahead?
go on
I know
about this. I will not.
But
let's just close out the episode.
That's probably a good thing. Because I was about to say some mean things.
Right. All right. Before we close out this episode, one of two things. The first thing is, we know that this isn't our normal spiel. We're not doing what we normally do, and I think that we've both been pretty vocal about why we're not doing it. But we're finding other ways in the meantime to. There's so much nerd shit out there. We don't gotta watch movies and give rich people who aren't doing shit money. So we're gonna keep doing what we're doing for now, until this genocide is over, and then we will go back to your regular programming.
Or we might like what we're doing better.
Yeah, I do kind of like what we're doing.
I do.
And that's reading comics or literature in general that is nerdy, that doesn't have anything to do with genocide and isn't profiting or siding with the murder of children. Whatever.
That's always it's always a good thing. That sounded like I was trying to line up a punchline. I'm not.
I almost took my shot.
We're not about that life.
No. If you've listened to us for the past fucking 3 years now, you kind of know where we stand. And if you're still here, you shouldn't be offended by anything we're saying. Or at least not politically. You can be offended by some other stuff that we say. But
and most of the time we apologize. When we notice it afterwards. This is not one of those.
No.
If you don't like it,
Free Palestine.
Yeah, from the river to the sea.
And Congo.
And
there are multiple genocides happening right now, and nobody's doing shit about it.
Yeah.
No.
But the Met Gala happened, so,
Yeah, well, at least there's that,
One ticket.
What was it?
One ticket costs more than what my annual salary is. It's so cool.
It's way more. Isn't it like
$75,000 a year?
Yes.
Or $75,000 per ticket.
So, yeah.
I I make
And
less
and
than
then the
that.
plate of food was even more than that for
Oh,
like a
I didn't
plate
even
at
know
the
that.
yeah.
Oh,
So your
eat the
your
rich.
dinner
Eat the
your dinner yeah. Fuck
then
them
then
all.
through eating the rich, you'll know what
That's what bothered me
normal
about
people will know what truffles taste like by eating the rich because it's like through the transit property of mathematics.
that's what bothered me about like everyone's like, well, not all of the rich people are doing that because like Mark Ruffalo has like been seen on the red carpet like free Palestine, but he's still on the red carpet paying for those things. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
so like, yeah, you're good for you for saying that and using
But
your platform to do something,
who?
but spend your fucking millions of dollars. How much does that guy get paid per fucking Marvel movie?
Yeah,
Millions of dollars, and you haven't spent a red goddamn cent to help the situation. Fuck you. You can say free
but
them all you
at
want, but if you're
at
not doing
least
anything to do it,
there are some like the weekend.
yes. No,
Ryan
there
Reynolds
are
and
some.
Blake Lively, who have donated millions, which here to support them 100%. Because, again, to them, $4.5 million dollars is a drop in the fucking bucket.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Do more.
Well, yeah, obviously do more. But that's better than people being like, but I wore the pin.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
Just do more. Yeah. Fuck them all.
Oh, let's get into
All of
honorable
them.
mentions. I'm so sorry. This has been a very politically charged. Yeah.
We had to. We had to explain
We,
why we're changing direction
yeah.
hopefully temporarily.
If
Or
not,
maybe not. We'll
if
see.
not, I'm totally fine with a new direction of
No. Like
supporting
a
it,
one direction.
indie artists. Uh, you see, Jake. Here's the thing: you don't know that you're beautiful.
Oh, I know. I know I'm beautiful.
Oh well, that
That's what
ruined
makes me beautiful.
that ruined my reference. Thanks a lot. Uh,
So stupid.
that was terrible. I'm so sorry. Um,
What do you have for honorable mentions, Chad?
for honorable mentions, it's been a couple of weeks. We never explained why, but it's because you bought a house and moved.
Oh yeah, hi.
Uh,
This
that
is why my office is in shambles and it echoes in here.
we don't. I say, because I don't hear the echo, but that's because I don't
Oh,
know.
you can't hear it? Oh, that's nice.
It's
That's good to know.
we've cultivated the right gear over the course of several years so that didn't happen. Uh,
Yeah. Nicole and I bought a house.
Yeah.
And
it's very nice.
it's a very nice house. You know, because you house sitted for us this weekend.
Yeah.
And helped us move. But I have not had a chance to put any of this together. So my office, if you're watching on YouTube, looks like sheet.
Sheet. But for honorable mentions, I mean, I had a couple of weeks. So I'm just gonna list them off. I'm not gonna say yes or no
Porn.
about them.
Porn.
Yeah, so much porn. Oh
Porn.
my god. I
Porn.
watched Bad Times at the El Royale.
Good movie.
It was a good movie. Under the Silver Lake. Fucked
Great
up movie.
Well, anything Andrew Garfield,
well,
you're
yeah,
on. It's a win.
It was
It's a win.
good, but it was.
When he punches that kid in the face, oh,
It starts off with putting out the fucked upness of the backstory of just the broken neck squirrel, and I was like, I know what I'm in for. I watched The Fighter,
good movie.
The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. I haven't seen it yet, but from what you told me, I'm not ready for it. So
Very good, very sad.
Yeah.
I watched Burnt with Bradley Cooper and
Oh, the
Daniel
cooking
Bruhl.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
enjoyable. I finally watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Ooh, what'd you think?
What a fucking crazy experience. So good. And I mean, I'm not a parent. I'm never gonna be a parent.
Use your words.
I don't no intention to be a parent. But I really enjoyed that movie. But it was
Well,
clearly just like a metaphor of navigating being a parent to teenagers.
oh, okay.
That's the way I took it. Was at the end of the way that it ended was like how much of that fever dream was actually real or just fantasizing about the nonsense of raising a teenager.
That's so funny because you and I just talked today about that same thing. Only it wasn't a teenager, it was a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
We just talked today about that. So, anyways,
Yeah.
whatever. I won't go into that because we could, but keep going.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
I that's halfway through my list. I finally watched the New Mutants. Meh.
Oh, yeah.
I finally watched The Legend of Tarzan. Meh. On a,
Meh,
on a higher note than the New
I-
Mutants,
okay.
I liked it. It was
All right, let me weigh in on both those. New Mutants, trash.
weighed in on one.
Tarzan. The Legend of Tarzan. It was corny as fuck, but it was
So good at the same
so
time.
enjoyable. Yeah, it was so
that's
fun
why
to watch.
that's why I was like meh.
Yeah, it was so bad, but it was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, Skarsgård running around with his fucking tits hanging out.
Mm.
Do you like my
What?
titties? Yes, yes, I did.
I watched a couple of Guy Ritchie films with The Gentleman, which I absolutely loved. The Man
movie.
from Uncle, which I really enjoyed.
Great movie.
Didn't like the ending of setting up a sequel, just to know that there's never going to be a sequel.
You know, you gotta set it up just in case. You know, it's not their fault.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's not your fault, Will.
you don't say that, man.
I started watching The Circle with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. I didn't get
Zero
very
interest in that.
far into it because then I found a way to watch 2 more recent movies that came out for free, being which we talked about, The Fall Guy and Boy Kills World.
I didn't watch it yet. Don't ruin it for me, bro.
I won't. I enjoyed it.
I know I'm going to enjoy
There's
it,
a couple of
especially since I can watch it for free.
there's a couple of twists.
Mm.
One of them I called immediately. The second one I was like, "Wait, what?" And
Was
then
M. Night Shyamalan a producer on the? Was it that he's actually a Girl Meets World, and then
No.
Corey Matthews
See, the-
comes out and is like, "Hey, you're my daughter."
I've been the history teacher the whole time. No, but there was a moment where I was like, "Oh, that changes how I viewed it," and then I was like, "Oh, that's not bad." It was very fun to watch. It's very gory.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you?
Not as exciting as your list.
Well, that's because on Saturdays when you were in the process of moving, when I wasn't helping, I was like,
yeah.
I'll just watch a bunch of movies. It's cool.
We moved.
cool.
We've been unpacking, and then we went to Nebraska this weekend. I just got back today, to spread my fiance's father's ashes, at his family home. So I drove down yesterday and drove back today. I drove 15 hours in 2 days. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Uh,
No
between
one can
moving,
no one can tell through your sassiness. It's fine.
between moving and doing that, I haven't had a ton of time to watch TV. The things that I did watch, I did finish Sugar with Colin Farrell. Um, interesting. Did you finish it?
I haven't watched that yet.
No? Okay. You watched, not the finale, but you watched like Sugar. Okay.
That the finale is what I have left.
Yeah. And then we caught up on the latest episode of Under the Bridge. That's it. That I had 2 hours of free time sometime this past week. Otherwise, I was
Two.
driving or banging my head against the wall. So that's all I got.
Or your hand into your crotch, but not as aggressive. Uh,
Wow. Don't pretend like you know me. Uh,
fuck, bud. Uh, well, for our listeners, if
it's
yeah, I know that this is an off the cuff episode compared to what we normally do, but if you still like what we're doing, please like, share, and subscribe. Uh, if you want to hear some of our pregame conversations about mythical creatures and other nerd related stuff that isn't our normal bread and butter where we kind of bullshit our way through it, please check out our Buy Me a Coffee. We have a lot of fun doing them because we're not experts on those. So check out buymeacoffee.com/all things nerd. Also, if you have any needs for digital marketing, website design, or just management, really, reach out to Marty over at Digicat Tech. He's quite the fucking wizard. He's done a lot for us. Or if you like other nerdy shit and you like D&D, check out the Kobolds in the Basement podcast. It's a live play D&D podcast hosted by myself. At the end of the day, just keep being nerdy. We love you, and thank you so much for listening. And this has been the All Things Nerd podcast.